7 ways to embrace your femininity. Hello, ladies. Thanks for tuning in. So before we start, please like and subscribe, and don't forget that you can have a free module of my video course simply by checking my mailing list. Well, you need to subscribe. So today I want to talk about the little ways that can help you be more feminine and embrace your femininity. So the first thing is that you need to become active. Most people, when they leave uni, they stop being active. You see, at uni, we have sport that is mandatory, not even uni, in high school. At uni, most people don't have it, but in high school, at least in my country, in France, it was like this, like sport is mandatory um, in high school, and then at uni, we are still being active, we spend time with our friends and all of that. And when we have, our grown-up job, we become lazy, we own cars and all of that. So yeah, we put on weight, and it's not just about the weight, but our energy level drops as well. We are more tired, we don't have a proper routine to be energized and all of that. We don't eat well, and this affects our energy, and this affects our feminine energy, because part of being feminine is radiating, and it's going to be hard for you to be radiant when you are so exhausted, when you are out of shape, out of breath and all of that. So it's not about looking a certain way, it's about feeling a certain way, you see. And what I want for you, and for you to feel feminine and magnetic, you need to feel your best. And when you feel your best, you perform your best. Oh yeah, I'm near a church. So this leads me to my second point. You need to take some time to recharge and invest in self-care. There are many ways for you to invest in self-care. It can be, at home, you do your nails, your skincare and all of that, but not just, the everyday skincare that you do, but like you take that pampering, you take that time to pamper, like can be you applying a face mask and all of that. And I think that when it's something that takes some time, it allows you to connect yourself with your feminine energy. So, if you can get um sheet masks, because this is something that you need to apply on your face for like 15 minutes, and when you apply that, you are forced to rest. So I think this is a great way for you to reconnect yourself with your feminine energy. You can go to Sephora, they have some for like $1 or $2. This is inexpensive. And yeah, if you are a woman who has a lot on her plate, who needs to rush and take care of so many things and so many people, I think this is a good way for you to have some serious me time, because you need it. Okay, your spirit needs it, your soul needs it, and you need it. So yeah, take that time to invest in your self-care and all of that. Also, having some me time can also be about you spending time with your friends and pamper, right? Like it can be like you go to the spa, and yeah, you go to the spa and you get pampered by someone else, you get a massage. You see, it doesn't have to be every day, and I know that this is a budget, obviously, and not everyone can afford it, but this is something that you need to invest in, because it's important enough. You are important enough. Your femininity is important enough for you, but it's also important for the people around you and also for the world. You see, when you feel good, others will feel good around you, and when others feel good, then they can do good to the entire planet. So I think this is important as well for you to acknowledge. When you get better, you raise the consciousness of the entire humanity, and this is something that you're gonna notice as you raise and you level up and all of that. You're gonna see that the people around you are leveling up as well, and we just inspire one another to become better and to be better. There's another point that I want to say is like, I just talked about, self-care, recharging and all of that. But when I talk about recharging, it's for you, to have that me time to relax at home. So your home should be a place where you recharge. But once you are fully recharged, you need to experience, and you need to go out there, because the thing that I see with many women is that they stop being outgoing. So when I say you need to be more outgoing, I'm not talking about partying and clubbing. I'm talking about just you going out. So it can be you sitting at a cafe and enjoying your cafe, or your coffee. Cafe is in French. It can be, grabbing a smoothie or grabbing your coffee but it needs to be something outside of home. And this is how actually that you're gonna attract more people to you. And one thing that I want to talk about is like it's extremely important for you as a feminine woman to increase your network, because what's happening right now is that since you don't meet much people, it can be male or female, because your feminine friends are important as well. You're gonna become a pick me, and not only your life will be more boring because you don't know much people, but also when you're gonna meet that one guy that you really like, you're gonna become a pick me because you aren't used to meeting a lot of people, especially men that you like. So yeah, you're gonna become more pick me, and you're gonna have that scarcity mindset because of it. Whereas when you have that habit of going out, of meeting more people, and just having those nice interactions and having people, quality people, hit on you, because I know that as a woman you get hit on a lot, but most of those guys hitting on you aren't your idea. But yeah, you need to get used to being in places where the kind of men you want to date go to. This leads me to my next point. You need to spend some time with your feminine friends, and this is important because us women, we feel good when we have female friends, but men, they feel better when they have a partner. There is a study that supports that. They say that men heal faster from cancer when they have a wife, whereas women, they heal faster from cancer when they have female friends. And it makes sense because us women, when someone is sick, we're gonna be extremely nurturing and all of that, and we love being taken care of, we love being nurtured. And whereas men, when they are sick, if they don't have a wife, no one will take care of them. And for men, feeling alive comes from having a woman in their lives. And you see, and this is how actually you can remind yourself that you are the prize, because if you aren't there, your husband will die because he needs you for his survival. He feels alive when he's near a feminine energy. So you see, and yeah, and also you see, when you're around feminine friends, you're gonna feel a lot of love. You're so gonna be full of love and all of that. So yes, I encourage you to be with feminine friends and pay attention to women around you who are insecure about their body, who have low self-esteem, and who have low standards when it comes to dating. And this is important because if you really want to level up and you want to become extremely feminine and extremely magnetic, you need to be around feminine women, because you're gonna learn from them and you're gonna heal through them. Another thing that I want to say is that you need to learn how to dress better. So you also need to learn how to be intentional with your outfits. And this is important because most women know how to dress, how to dress properly and glamour for parties. But when it comes to their everyday outfit, they don't really know how to put things together. And I made a post about it on Instagram where I explained that, yeah, you're gonna see a lot of beautiful women dressed up for the clubs and all of that, but when you look at their everyday outfit, it's very plain, and they don't really know how to put an everyday outfit together. And there is a reason for that. It's because it's a skill, and you need to know what colors work together and how to create harmony. There are more days actually where you need to wear your everyday outfits than days where you need to glam up for the club. And you see, most women have a low self-esteem because they don't know how to dress for their body type, and they think it's like they can glam up, for parties and all of that, but for their everyday outfits, they don't really know, how to dress for their body type. So what they usually do is like they wear joggers, or they wear, very fitted clothes that reveal, their body as it is. And you need to learn, how to balance your body, whereas you have curves or you don't, which is totally fine, because there are ways for you to dress for your unique body, and anyone can look beautiful with the right outfit. So yeah, this is something that I teach actually in my body confidence retreat. So yeah, another thing that you need to do when it comes to fashion and style is like you need to learn how to buy better, because most women, when they don't feel good, what they do is like they go to retail therapy, right? They're gonna buy a lot of clothes and they think having a lot of clothes means that they have a great sense of style, but that's not that. It's not because you own a lot of clothes that you know how to put an outfit together. So this is still a skill that you need to master. And actually, what's crazy is that you're gonna discover that as you educate yourself on fashion and style, and you learn how to dress your unique body, you're gonna discover that you're gonna dress better by owning less, not by owning more. And this is something that we work on together when you join my program. My next point is that you need to put your own pleasure first, and this is something that I want to talk about. I have made many posts on Instagram where I explain why you should say no to coffee dates. And many women are like, yeah, but I rather go to coffee dates because if I don't like the guy, I can escape quickly. And I was thinking about that, and the other day I was going to a restaurant with a friend. Well, it was a new friend, someone that I barely knew, and we were looking for a place to go. And there was that four-star restaurant that I wanted to go to, and you see, it was a girl that I didn't know actually, but yes, I still booked. But yet I still booked a very nice place because I was telling myself, yeah, it's okay if I don't enjoy. I was telling myself, well, it's okay if I end up not enjoying her presence. What I'm gonna enjoy is the restaurant, and this is about me. It's about me enjoying myself. So yeah, she can be a great person, and maybe she won't be, a great match for me, but that's okay because at the end of the day, I will still enjoy the place where I was, and I will discover a new spot. Whereas if it was just a place that is like, average, not only the place will be average, but also if the interaction is, if the person isn't great, that's gonna be two bad experiences, you see. Whereas when the place is nice, and let's say you are on a date, the place is nice but the guy isn't great, you still have a win, right? So this is how I see things. And again, when I go out and I do things, it's about myself, and I see this more like, okay, I invite you to share my world. And this is the mindset shift that you need to have if you want to live life fully. You need to book a day for pampering. So we talked already about, self-care and all of that, but the point that I want to make here is like, you need to have a specific day that is for pampering. So you see, when it comes to time management, the people that are at the top of their game and who manage their time extremely well, they have days for things. So for example, on Monday they know that they have all the calls with their clients. On Tuesday they know that they have all the meetings outside and all of that. So I think this needs to be the same thing when, so you need to do something similar when it comes to yourself and how you manage your time. It's going to be actually easier for you to know what you have to do when you have one day that is dedicated to one activity. So you know that on Sunday you do your self-care, you do your pampering and all of that. So yeah, this is the point that I want to make. Pick a day that is dedicated to your self-care and to your pampering. So can you guess what my next point is? So if you want to become more feminine, what you need to do is that you need to do activities that spark joy. You see, you need to do activities that allow you to reconnect yourself with your feminine energy. And this is extremely important because most women are in their masculine energy all the time. They're competing with men all the time. They compete with other women all the time. And this is extremely wounded actually, because there's no competition at the end of the day. And when you are at the top of your game, you will notice that you want everyone to win and you want to be around winners. Think about it, like imagine you are the only one with money and the only one who is rich. It's not fun, right? So take some time to discover the things that spark joy and that allows you to be creative, because part of being feminine is being creative, and there are many ways for you to be creative. It doesn't mean that you need to be into art or you need to start painting and all of that. If you are an artist, please do. But I know, for example, that I'm not really an artist, but I enjoy art in different ways. I enjoy going to the museum, but like I need to be with a guide because otherwise I won't understand the history. I occasionally like, learning about more photographs and the history beyond their style and all of that. I enjoy that. For example, I know that I enjoy educating myself on fashion and style, and how to create outfits that work, and it's something that I've always liked. So yeah, I just I just focus on the things that I like and the things that allow me to be more creative, and I encourage you to do the same thing. So when it comes to being creative, there are many ways for you to do it, and I encourage you to discover the thing that work for you. It doesn't mean that you need to start painting or that you need to start drawing. There are many ways actually to, I know for example that I'm not necessarily good at creativity in its purest form, in the sense like, I'm not really good at art, but I know that I'm extremely good at problem solving, and this is something that I focus on getting better at. So I learn how to think faster, and I think this part of femininity as well, because when you become a great thinker, it allows you to be more in your feminine energy, because you know that you solve problems fast, so you don't need to be stressed and all of that, and you are connected to your intuition. So you see, this is part of femininity as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.